34 cart strong. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Minimax National Championships on the line. We'll turn them over to the starters, and we are racing green, green, green here in Minimax. And a gaggle down into turn one. So far, everybody's through. And so far, everybody's still through. And a nice clean start there in Minimax. Good job. With a lot of pressure, you know, when you get ready to go and then you have to stop again, sometimes it can really make things difficult. But right now, the Minimax drivers are showing how to get it done as everybody makes it through the first four corners. Out front, none other than Dylan Tavella. No, that's not correct. That is actually Nicholas D'Orlando, forgive me. I get confused sometimes because they have a unique graphics package on the D'Orlando's cars. Well, he's protecting down into the thumb for sure.
Only the first lap. Some of these karts are already dropping back several positions. We'll have to wait till this unfolds. Way wide, boom, pumping in the Armco. Hands up, disappointment, out of the kart instantly. Disappointment, yellow flag, just a corner yellow, 13 to 14. See if he can pull that machine back into the circuit.
All right, here we go. To the line for the first time. Nicholas D'Orlando leads. Dylan Tavella in the second spot. David Morales in third. Michael D'Orlando fourth. Lachlan DeFrancesco all the way back to fifth. So Lachlan got hung out to dry on that first corner. He goes from second to a fifth spot. Riley Dickinson sixth. Enzo Fittipaldi in the seventh spot. Keep an eye on our action at the front of the field now as Nicholas D'Orlando leads the field through and into the box for the second time in this 18-lap final.
Well, that was Kalen Frederick, kart number 188. They had that off there.
Kalen was super fast during the heat races, had a technical issue that was under dispute, and now finishes his charge.
Well, we've watched some magic. It'd be great if you can see him get in the top 10.
Side by side, Michael D'Orlando goes by two and picks up 2 spots. Michael D'Orlando goes from fifth
Watch
to
that
third.
13-14 move, though. Watch that 13-14 outside in.
Oh, man, we're getting raindrops on the glass here now on our broadcast booth.
Don't be discouraged. These come and go just like the tide.
Just like the tide of the Salt Lake that we see just out ahead of us there.
That's not a fish you saw jumping.
Okay, here we go. Dylan Tavella with a run on Nicholas D'Orlando. He's doing that shake and bake thing, and I'm not sure that's working out for him. I see him do it. I'm not sure it's giving him any advantage, but he's doing it consistently. Michael D'Orlando under pressure now. We got side-by-side action into turn 4. Here comes Enzo Fittipaldi. It looks like he picks up 2 spots. Fittipaldi into 4th. Enzo Fittipaldi goes to 4th.
A couple more drops here on the timing and scoring tower, but nothing to create an issue quite yet.
Fittipaldi to 5th, forgive me.
Keeping an eye on Fittipaldi up front, though, still Nicholas D'Orlando, Dylan Travella.
Oh, look at this. Fittipaldi gets dive bombed, and he loses 2 more spots as they shoved in it going into the thumb. Lachlan DeFrancesco followed closely by Tyler Gonzalez. So DeFrancesco and Gonzalez picking up a spot over Enzo Fittipaldi. Back to the line now. Nicholas D'Orlando pulling away a bit at the front. Dylan Tavella still in second, looking comfortable. Michael D'Orlando with his head down, trying to make up ground. Tavella consistently doing that shake and bake down into turn 1.
Looks like Fittipaldi trying to slip out to the inside there to regain a position.
Going to pick up the battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th here online at our KRN broadcast. Currently, those spots occupied by Michael D'Orlando, David Morales, and Lachlan DeFrancesco. Morales and DeFrancesco on that Bennett chassis. Michael D'Orlando and his brother Nicholas on Tony Kart. Dylan Tavella also on Tony Kart. Okay.
And so now we'll give you a rundown. Up front still is Nicholas D'Orlando. Kart number 157, Dylan Travella is unofficially in second. Michael D'Orlando, the brother of Nicholas, unofficially in the 3rd spot. David Morales sits in 4th right now. Lachlan DeFrancesco in 5th. Riley Dickinson is in 6th. Enzo Fittipaldi has dropped back a couple spots, currently in 7th. Tyler Gonzalez in 8th. Peyton Durant in 9th. And Zach Hollinshead is currently in the 10th spot. It's moving again. Nicholas is still up front with Dylan still in 2nd. Michael D'Orlando 1, 2, and 3. Morales in 4th. Lachlan DeFrancesco now into 5th. Enzo is in 6th. Enzo Fittipaldi.
Fast lap of the race going to Lachlan DeFrancesco, currently in the 5th spot, a 104.729 for the number 130 of Lachlan DeFrancesco. The Star Trek layout here at Miller Motorsports Park Kart facility, I'd have to say it's my favorite but I think it's the only one I've ever seen run here, so maybe that's why.
It's like the best thing on the menu when there's only one choice.
Almost always.
And notice, just like that, even though it is a little darker outside and that cloud has covered us a little bit,
It's actually, come out
it's
even
dried up
further
again.
now.
So it's dried up again. You're going to have that when you're nearly a mile high in elevation in the desert.
In the desert. Man, look at this. Even separation. Last time by, the gap was .325. This time .277. And a fast
Riley
lap
Dickinson trying to make that move and does
he
make
does.
a pass.
It goes by,
slips into the number
Enzo
6 spot.
Fittipaldi. Get back by Enzo Fittipaldi. Fast lap of the race now to David Morales.
104.592.
His Bennett chassis drivers picking up fast lap after fast lap, but not where they want to be right now, as they're still in the 4th and 5th spot. All right, now we're going to see Morales, closing up on the back bumper of Michael D'Orlando. I'm going to watch that battle now as they go in. Although online we're watching that battle between Fittipaldi and that is Riley Dickinson. Dickinson picking up in that spot again. Fittipaldi and Dickinson have been having a furious battle for that position, and that battle continues to rage. Up front, we're starting to have a really racy front field, too. Up front, D'Orlando still leading, but Dylan Tavella closing the gap, Carl.
As they cross the finish line, you're going to see some drafting. Maybe it's a change here. Travella's still sitting in second, trying to overtake.
Tavella got a huge bump
Not
draft.
enough, though.
Huge bump draft on Nicholas D'Orlando. He's trying to get away.
Still Nicholas D'Orlando up front. Dylan Tavella in second. Michael D'Orlando in third. David Morales fourth. Lachlan Di Francesco sitting in fifth.
It's raining again.
Little more rain, but it should go away.
It's accumulating on the ground
now. It's coming down, but don't panic.
It's accumulating now.
Don't panic.
It's not enough to make a difference on the racetrack yet, but it's getting close. I see the umbrellas going up. Again,
now is the time we got to focus. We got to
drizzle with the heat of the tires and the cars going around, and we shouldn't have a problem. Ooh,
what lap are we working
heavy
on?
Thunder outside.
What lap are we working on?
Big thunder outside now. It wasn't thunder, it was Richard Boisclair.
A little more precipitation. It should be passing us here. Don't be discouraged here. Mini-Max race here.
See some of the tuners telling the drivers, think about what you're doing with this rain. Yep, it's just reaching a point of saturation where the track is going to have some slick places. We may see cars starting to go off. Side by side as Morales picks up the spot over Michael, and he loses the spot, and now he's going to be under pressure from Lachlan De Francesco for that spot as well. So David Morales goes up into the third spot. Michael D'Orlando fading back to fourth now. Up front, Nicholas. Oh, here we go. Morales made a mistake, and D'Orlando jumped all over it, goes back into third. Morales pushed out. Now he goes into the thumb, takes the spot back. I think that was the first time we saw a car sliding because of the wet conditions now.
Look at 13, 14. Look at the business.
Morales
taking it wide.
Pushes out. Here comes De Francesco. That could get ugly. Oh, man. And now Michael D'Orlando getting beat on pretty hard by Riley
Tavella's
Dickinson.
up front.
Oh, it is raining in earnest now. It is coming down, ladies and gentlemen. We have a downpour. New leader as Dylan Tavella goes by. De Francesco trying to get to third over his teammate. Morales not able to get it done. This is going to get interesting because it is raining hard now here.
You can't give up. You just got to focus until you got to watch the course marshals. Watch the marshals.
We're taking a good look at this racetrack as we do have karts starting to go off in these wet conditions. One of those is in a pretty precarious position out at the exit of the box. And now they figured out how slick it's gotten as the rain continues to fall. Oh, actually, it may have even stopped again.
It does appear that it has stopped again.
It has stopped raining again.
I see a little bit of rain here, but yet when it does stop, it will dry out quickly.
All right, look at this, man. Really, really precarious conditions that we're in right now. Dylan Tavella using that to his advantage. And here comes Morales as David Morales moves into second. Nicholas D'Orlando coming back by him. Look at Enzo Fittipaldi up into the fourth spot. Michael D'Orlando is gone. He
Nicholas
pulled in.
D'Orlando.
Michael D'Orlando has pulled in off of the racetrack.
Keep watching up front now.
I don't know what that's
Tavella
about.
is up
Michael
front.
D'Orlando just pulled off of the racetrack. Is it Nick? Nicholas, the guy leading this race, just pulled in, and that is the case. That's Nicholas pulls in off the racetrack, and it looked to me like there was some confusion between him and his mechanic, and he may have pulled in thinking the race had been called. I don't know.
Halfway. I think we're going to hang in there.
As Nicholas D'Orlando, very confusing situation right now as the leader of this race pulls off the racetrack.
And it appears that the pace is picking back up again.
Yep, the rain has stopped. The drivers are picking their pace back up. Right now our order is, listen to this, Dylan Tavella and Enzo Fittipaldi. Could we have another legacy driver? Is that the right way to describe that?
Yes.
Another legacy driver taking home the win here. We've seen Sebastian Montoya win in Micromax. Is Enzo Fittipaldi going to bring home the national championship for the Fittipaldi name? Well, I can guarantee that Michael D'Orlando is going to try to make sure that doesn't happen as he goes down the inside. They're side by side.
Big changes.
Oh, who is that making a huge move as Morales comes out of nowhere and passes 3 cars.
Fittipaldi loses 2 spots, then regains a spot as he comes through the carousel.
David Morales comes out of nowhere, passes several cars, but he lost one of those positions back to Fittipaldi now. So out front, Tavella, then D'Orlando, Michael that is, Enzo Fittipaldi in the 4th spot, David Morales 5th, and that's Tyler Gonzalez now in the 5th spot,
Okay, but let's talk about the circuit here, the course. It appears from our vantage point that it's starting to dry out a little bit here. I still see some
we just saw
showers.
A big problem for Tyler Gonzalez as he almost threw the car off the track and he loses several spots. All right, let's settle it down here, Carl. We're going to figure out what's going on. Coming across the stripe, your leader is Dylan Tavella. Michael D'Orlando in 2nd. Enzo Fittipaldi in the 3rd spot. David Morales 4th. Lachlan De Francesco currently in the 5th spot. Although that is a very contentious 5th spot with Edward Ports in 6th and Riley Dickinson in 7th. The gap that time by between Tavella and Michael D'Orlando was .588 of a second. I would suggest from my viewpoint that gap is closing. A 107.51 to a 107.54. Tavella, the slower of those two at the front.
And just from our vantage point, it looks like nearly all the umbrellas have been put away. So the circuit is visually drying out. We can see it from our vantage point. Coming out of 13-14.
You can see Kalen Frederick going by. He's got to be really disappointed after such a strong start out here in Utah. Online, we are watching now our leaders. They make their way down the finishing straight. Here we go. Michael D'Orlando has caught Dylan Tavella. What's he going to do with him? They both go into turn 1 together. Enzo Fittipaldi still in the 3rd spot, but here comes David Morales. Morales has been yo-yoing up and down in this field all the way through this race. He gets to the front, and he falls to 6th or 7th, and he comes back again. Right now in the 4th spot and pulling away. Another driver that's been all over the place, Tyler Gonzalez, as he is now making his way back up toward the front of the field as well. Oh, side by side into the exit of the box. That could have gotten ugly.
Yeah, we don't see that very often as they're coming hard into the thumb and out of the thumb. Travalis is still leading. D'Orlando 2nd. Look for that outside in. No change there. But you're right, Bill. You're looking at that 3, 4, 5, 6 battle. Coming up through the S's, approaching last chance. And crossing the finish line. Once again, this might be a position change here.
Nailed together, literally bumper to bumper. This time, D'Orlando stays shallow. I think he's probably testing the car to see how it reacts down in turn 1 if he doesn't go out. Working lap number 14 of a scheduled 18. Working 14 of a scheduled 18 here in Minimax. Into the box, that's turn number 7. The left-hander. Fittipaldi with big pressure now from David Morales. Fittipaldi touching the back of his helmet. He's trying to get Morales to work with him and get up to the front.
Second to moves to first. Second moves to first. D'Orlando's got it. D'Orlando's. Watch that inside move. Here comes the outside inside. Not enough. Not enough. We've got a position change. D'Orlando has moved up front. Michael D'Orlando, cart number 151, is your new leader.
I think Enzo Fittipaldi saw that fight happening and realized it was an opportunity for him and Morales to catch those guys as they were fighting, and so he was tapping his helmet furiously, heading down into the thumb. And here comes Morales. He's not going to stay with him. He's going to try to go by him. Enzo takes a long look at him as they go down, and will have to slot in behind young David Morales. Enzo Fittipaldi down to 4th.
Watch this in instant replay again. This is the thumb. Coming in. Now watch, they take it, drop it way down low. This is the slowest portion of the track here. Takes it wide.
Perfect
looks to the
exit.
inside, and now you have this line where they're going outside to in.
D'Orlando immediately touching his helmet when he went by.
It's interesting they keep doing that when, in fact, why would I want to bump draft you if I'm trying to pass you? Circuit is nearly completely dry.
Just getting word from the executive producer that Emerson Fittipaldi and his mother are watching Enzo Fittipaldi here in Salt Lake City. So, hello, Emerson. I know that you're a big fan of the racing going on here in the Rotax program. I think you're supporting that in other sections of the community. And, hey, exciting stuff to watch. We can't wait to see how it all shakes out.
And we're getting close here to find out how the unfolds. They're taking that 900-foot-long straightaway going to corner number 1. Out of 2, this is the 3-4 before they come into the carousel. Weather's going to hold. I think the weather's going to hold, Bill, as we get ready to wrap this up. Now the carousel.
Man, we got some heavy dark clouds moving around out there.
Leaders are coming into the box.
Okay,
7, 8.
Working 16. So we should see 2 to go this time by. When the leaders come back to the stripe, we should see 2 to go.
Coming into and now out of the thumb. Watch that outside in move. Not going to happen on this lap.
Yeah, Tavella thought about it for a second.
Morales, Fittipaldi, 4. Gonzalez, 5th.
Gonzalez, man, he's trying to reel him back in. He's been up and down. Oh, and here's Caitlin coming off the track. Such a shame.
Here we go. Here comes your leaders. 1, 2, 3,
go.
and 4. 2 to go, ladies and gentlemen. 2 to go. Bringing up the 5th is Tyler Gonzalez. Gonzalez sitting currently in the 5th spot. D'Orlando, Michael D'Orlando is up front. Dylan Tavella sitting in 2nd. David Morales is sitting in 3rd. Enzo Fittipaldi sitting in 4th. Now their leaders are coming through the carousel, coming into the box. Less than 2 laps remaining. The weather's going to hold.
2 to go. If Fittipaldi's going to get up on the box, he's going to have to make something happen as Morales is starting to roll away from him here as the laps wind down. Up front, Dylan Tavella right where he needs to be. We'll see if he tries the move here, Carl.
I'm not sure. He's looking for it, but you're going to look at some professional driving right in there. See how he's coming in there, preventing that line, dropping in as they're climbing up into the S's. Solid driving right here. Solid racing.
White flag, ladies and gentlemen. The final lap, 2014 U.S. National Championships here in Tooele, Utah.
Let's get it on. Here we go.
Michael D'Orlando with a long look back, and he does it again. Dylan Tavella looking inside and out.
Going outside, trying to go cut in the inside. He's got the momentum. Can he bring it around? Can he drop to the inside in corners 3 and 4? Way outside into 3, trying to get the inside going into the carousel.
Very defensive line, but hey, right on the money. Michael D'Orlando running a perfect line so far. Here comes Tavella looking down the inside.
There's a move there. There's a move there. There's a move there.
Tavella goes by on the inside through the box. We haven't seen that happen but once or twice this whole week of racing.
Now let's watch it. Let's watch it. Let's watch it in the thumb. Looking back behind him, trying to see if trying to prevent that outside in on him. Here comes that outside. Look at the inside. Look at the inside. half a kart gap coming up to the S's.
That's the reigning national champion in second, ladies and gentlemen, looking for a back-to-back.
Through the last chance. Here we go, Bill.
Coming to the line. Tavella looks like he's got it. He's got his hands up in the air, but D'Orlando pushing and just misses it. Tavella had his hands up in the air. Orlando almost takes it away.
Well, we don't want to do that again.
35 thousandths of a second,
Yeah, we
ladies and
don't
gentlemen.
want to do that move again.
David Morales coming home third. Tyler Gonzalez, got to give him props, going by Enzo right at the end. Enzo Fittipaldi coming home in the 5th spot. Sebastian Alvarez 6th. Edward Port 7th. Peyton Durant 8th spot. Alex Fairhagen 9th. And Lachlan DeFrancesco has to be disappointed with his runs down into the 10th spot at the finish. But
Dylan
Tavella